Lucas was 16 years old and had a clear dream: to be a professional soccer player. Since he was little, the ball was his best friend, and his talent had led him to play in semi-professional leagues. His parents were his greatest supporters, always present in every game, in every training session, in every moment of his life. For Lucas, the future was a blank canvas where he only painted victories. But life, in a cruel twist of fate, decided to take everything from him in one fell swoop. One rainy afternoon, while they were returning home after one of their games, the car they were traveling in suffered a fatal accident. Lucas woke up in the hospital with his body numb, without feeling his legs, and with the news that devastated him: his parents had died. In an instant, his world fell apart. His future, once bright and full of possibilities, now seemed like a dark tunnel with no exit. After a complex operation, doctors gave him a devastating diagnosis: there was only a 1% chance he would be able to walk again. Lucas, paralyzed and without close family to take him in, was sent to an orphanage. There, surrounded by children younger than him, he felt lost, as if his life no longer had meaning. His dreams of being a footballer seemed like a distant and painful memory. The days at the orphanage were gray. He spent hours between physical therapy and a loneliness that weighed more on him than the disability itself. Visits from adoptive families were constant, but no one seemed interested in a young man his age, much less one in a wheelchair. Lucas began to believe that his life was destined to be forgotten, until one day, Lauren appeared. Lauren also carried her own pain. She had lost her family in a devastating fire that had left her orphaned at a young age. But unlike Lucas, Lauren had found in tragedy a reason to live, to help others find hope. From the moment he met Lucas, he saw something special in him, something that not even he himself could see. Little by little, Lauren became his friend, his confidant, his pillar. With patience and tenderness, he managed to break through the shell of sadness that surrounded him. That 1% is just that, Lucas. The other 99% depends on your faith and your effort. Never forget it, he repeated every day with a smile that illuminated even the darkest moments. Lauren didn't let Lucas give up. I accompanied him to each physiotherapy session, motivated him to move forward, to dream again, even if it was a different dream than the one he had had before. The years passed, and although Lucas was still tied to his wheelchair, something inside him had changed, thanks to Lauren. He had learned to value life, to find joy in small victories. He turned 20 with a stronger spirit, although he still carried the uncertainty of his condition. Then one day, the impossible happened. During a workout with Lauren, Lucas felt a slight movement in his legs. At first he thought it was his imagination, but when he tried again, his feet responded. Emotion overwhelmed him completely, and when he looked at Lauren, her eyes were full of tears. "You did it, Lucas. You're doing it," she exclaimed, hugging him tightly. At that moment, Lauren, overcome with emotion, kissed him. Lucas was shocked for a moment, but reciprocated. It was a kiss full of gratitude, love, and hope. After the kiss, Lauren, with a melancholic gleam in her eyes, confessed something she had kept for months. A family had decided to adopt her and, although the news should fill her with happiness, she had not told it before because she was afraid of hurting Lucas or discouraging his recovery. Lucas was devastated when he heard the news. The thought of losing Lauren, who had been his lighthouse in his darkest moments, filled his heart with indescribable pain. But before the adoptive family came to look for her, Lauren and Lucas made a promise that they sealed with tears and an eternal hug: they would meet again, no matter what, because their love would overcome any weight and any distance. Time passed and, although separated, Lucas and Lauren kept the promise alive in their hearts. Lucas, motivated by that love and by Lauren's memories, worked tirelessly to fulfill his dream of being a soccer player. Every day of training, every fall, and every achievement brought him closer not only to his professional goal, but also to the moment when he could be reunited with Lauren. For her part, Lauren never forgot Lucas. In her new home, although she found a family that loved her, there was always a void that only he could fill. He carefully guarded the memories of their time together, trusting that one day their paths would cross again. Several years passed until fate, in its peculiar way of acting, brought them together again. Lucas, now a recognized professional player, organized a charity event to help orphanages and families in need. Among the crowd, a familiar figure caught his attention. It was Lauren. His heart pounded as he approached her. Lauren saw him and, with tears in her eyes, ran to him. They embraced each other with an intensity that seemed to stop time. No words were necessary, his promise had withstood the years and the distance. Over time, their love blossomed even more. They were married in an intimate ceremony, surrounded by people who shared their journey of struggle and hope. Years later, as Lucas scored another goal in a crucial match, he looked up at the stands and saw Lauren with her baby in her arms, smiling at him with the same love and pride as always. In that moment, Lucas remembered the entire path he had traveled, from the deepest pain to the purest joy. Life can present us with unexpected and painful challenges that seem to dash our hopes and dreams. However, in the midst of adversity, there is always a light that can guide us. Luke teaches us that, although circumstances may be discouraging, faith in ourselves and the support of those around us can lead us to achieve what we once considered impossible. Traveler, let me know what you thought of Lucas's story in the comments, and if you have ever gone through any adversity or personal demotivation and how you managed to overcome it. Blessings.